Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. This is an update video to a video I did 9 months ago where I flew out to Bradenton, Florida to speak in objection to a land development going on next to the Freedom Factory. I did get a chance to stand up the YouTube channel and speak on behalf of, what the Freedom Factory and Cleetus McFarland means to YouTube, the reach that it has, how it affects Bradenton, all of that. I wanted to make a follow-up video because there's a couple videos that deserve, I think, some reaction and really some highlighting of what's going on there. There is this housing development going up next to the Freedom Factory, and it has a massive impact to just YouTube in general, power sports, the whole motorsports community, and it's near and dear to my heart, and that's why I went and spoke at this meeting. This is what I captured when I was out there. There was a home that they had mentioned that would be within a few hundred feet.
Okay.
300 feet.
300.
From the property line to the track, according to staff, is 300 feet.
This is what the sound sounds like when you're 1,000 feet away. It seems absolutely absurd to be even anywhere remotely close to that, and I wanted to put that out there in a video to share with just the world and the future residents who are going to build homes in this area. And that's what we're talking about here, is this area, pretty much all of this farmland you see down here, actually all the way out up to pretty much this line over here, somewhere in that area. This is what I love about just the whole Cleetus McFarland brand and social media in general. This is fucking awesome. So I'm going to play a clip from, this was 2 months ago on the Bogetti podcast.
They're about to build 6,000 homes next to the, literally right next to the Freedom Factory. But I'm not that worried about it. I think we have, if we wanted to stay in that location and operate for the next 10 years, I still think we could.
I think he knows there's a fight coming, but I think he knows he has 10 years before it's a problem. And it's interesting because you can see the wheels turning, and this was again 2 months ago.
See
I don't know when they recorded it, but
10 years finding like a better plot of land, like
the wheels are turning. I love it.
181 acres between the two properties. I can see us finding like 500 acres.
Yeah,
just a few miles east and building a new facility. Because what these neighborhoods have done is taking the value of our properties, and once the houses are built, they're going to be crazy values.
So he's looking at it that the property values are going to go through the roof after the houses are built. So it's a real estate play. Smart.
Of the track property. So going a couple miles east and having a brand new facility, that sounds great. I will not sell my track until a new one is built. There will be no transition period where there's not a track.
So that's the part of this video where again, the wheels are turning. There will be no transition period without a track. I've got a 5-year fight. I probably have at least 10 years left at the track. I think he's right with that. And then you can see that the thought process has also evolved because, again, this was Bogetti Studios. This was 2 months ago. Now, there was this new video that just got posted 5 days ago. And it's a snippet again. I don't know when these were recorded, so I'm not entirely sure chronologically when this happened. But for the sake of argument here, let's just say that, Bogetti happened first, and then this oil and whiskey podcast.
5 years when they're building this out and you're doing noise and they're going to say, well, you got to be done by a certain time. Is there any type of reassurance you're able to get?
So all the deeds of the homes, they have to sign a thing now that basically says it's an anti-carrying clause. That's what I should have labeled it as.
If I know people, these real estate agents, there's going to be deed restrictions. There's going to be disclaimers. There's going to be all of these things to legally cover the people who are selling these places. But I highly doubt there will be any showings during a drag event whatsoever. There will be a lot of strategizing around how they're going to sell these homes, when they're going to show them around these events, and I think that the politicians are absolutely responsible for this. Maybe not more than the people who are buying the properties, but certainly just as much for allowing it to happen in the first place, because it's going to be chaos.
Like they're doing some race village style homes next to it. That's kind of like part of their solution.
Yeah, the race village kind of helps a little bit, but again, I think even people who are fans of racing don't want to live at a racetrack with their family. It's a lot to put that noise on your wife and kids who may not be as into it as you are.
The adjacent racetrack and drag strip is located adjacent to this property, the Freedom Factory and Bradenton Motorsports Park, and it has their parcel IDs. The motor vehicle racing and ancillary activities conducted on the drag strip site and racetrack site are lawful existing uses of the property by Manatee County Code, yada, yada, yada. The noise is well within our rights to have, and in this house, you can't take out suit against the track. Now, however, these guys could probably make a contract, make some sort of company. If a bunch of homeowners got together, they could make a company.
So the wheels are turning. They've worked through all of these things that are probably going to happen, and you can see with the smile on his face, like it's coming.
And then sue us that way. But like,
this is what I absolutely love. That it's all been thought about. So if you think that Cleetus has just rolled over and accepted the fate, you're wrong. He's actually already fighting these people who do not even exist yet, and I find it to be so brilliant. This is what happens when you have a reach. You can play that.
I'm ready. I'm going down with the shit. Like the way I see this is in 8 years, dude, I'm gonna have some videos that are going crazy. I'm gonna be up there in court battling these people to the fucking end, because my track has been there since 1970, and I will not let it die. Like,
that's when you actually have a 24-hour race.
Oh yeah, and you get that.
Dude, I love that idea.
Fired up for these people to make their move.
And what really sucks is that that's kind of the stuff that's going to happen to prove a point.
You can say when.
Say when, brother. Like, you want, like, I'm ready to, I'll be standing at the gate with my sleeves cut off.
I'm going to tell you right now, to all of these people who in the future, I'm talking, these are future people who are watching this video, to any of you who are looking at Garrett and saying, this guy is a jerk for doing these things. He's been saying that he's going to do this stuff before these homes even got built. It was very, very vocally objected to this whole thing happening before it happened. The politicians let it happen. This is not the enemy. This is just a business owner who was there first, who's defending something that he's poured all of his personal assets into, basically. And you have nobody to be mad at other than really yourself for buying a house next to a track, and the politicians who let it happen. And this is basically somebody who's been screaming from the mountaintops, like, this is going to be a problem. It's not the fault of the person who's been screaming it's going to be a problem from before it was even a thing.
I'm so ready for it. I don't want it to happen, but I am fired up for the day.
You don't want it to happen, but at the same time,
sucks.
It does have history. It's yours. You feel passionate about it, and at the same time, it's not going to be bad content.
This is what I think is going to happen. In 5 years, there's going to be an announcement that they are breaking ground on a new track, and over the course of 2 to 3 years, that is going to come to fruition, funded by the future sale of the Freedom Factory to this residential development who's going to probably buy it out to build more homes. That's what I think is going to happen, and I think that, truth be told, I think Garrett has this pretty well mapped out, and I don't see really how the wheels fall off at this point. I am very proud that I put content out there that, put the noise out there for public consumption to any of these homeowners. They see it, they know it, it's what's there. Garrett has said, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to fight. That's there. There's so much out there now. These podcasts that exist. Again, I highly recommend you go subscribe to the Spaghetti Studios, Spaghetti Podcast, Oil and Whiskey. These guys are putting out fire content, and I just find the whole thing to be very fascinating. I'm excited to see where this is going to go. As another content creator, much smaller, who is appreciative of the path that is paved by these larger creators, that opens up an opportunity for more of this and this world that I love on YouTube. Rising tides raise all ships kind of thing. It's something I very firmly believe in, and I'm just proud to be a contributor to creating content on this platform. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, Please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I will see you guys next time.